It is January 16th. You can probably hear we've already got the motor running, the diesel engine. It's warming up in the background. That's what we do most days. We are going to be setting off today, relatively short journey from our anchorage here, which has been very delightful. Our anchorage here just behind Hilton Head in Bull Creek. We'll be going to the vicinity of the Herb River, close to Savannah, Georgia. We're not quite sure how we're going to arrange things this evening. We might try to get into a marina just so that we can go to the supermarket. We'd like to maybe do some provisioning, but we'll see. We're working out the fine details there, and we might just end up in an anchorage. So we'll see how it goes. Once again, we find ourselves at a narrow or shallow part of the ICW here in South Carolina on our way to the Georgia state line at red 39 and green 40. And we are through, at least as far as the markers are concerned.
Okay, I got you, brother. If you can, one of y'all drop a take down in this car.
It's about a month since we set off from Oriental, North Carolina, and it's been a learning experience. We're learning more every day. Some people set off sooner than us, and we would have liked to have set off sooner as well. You know, we just had a lot of projects to do on our boat. This is the first time this boat's been used for this kind of travel, this kind of voyaging, and so we had a lot of projects to install the necessary equipment. And then since we set off, we haven't set any kind of records for speed, not by any means. You know, we're taking our time. Some of that has been caused by the weather and other things outside of our control, but it's not only that. You know, one of the things we're trying to do is to not live under the gun and not be not be as tightly wound as we both have been in our working lives lately. However long this period of our lives might last, when we're able to do this, we want to enjoy it. You know, we're not out here to stress ourselves out. Another reason we're taking our time is that every day is a learning experience. You know, we've never lived this way before, we've never voyaged this way before. We're learning about the boat, we're learning about living on a boat that moves every day. We're also, giving the boat a real test. The systems that were on the boat when we purchased her, those have not been used in this way before. So there's that aspect. And then there's also the fact that we've installed a lot of new systems ourselves. New house batteries, new solar charging, new inverter, 3 kilowatt inverter, and we've had other people install things for us. We've got a new electric flush toilet in the forward head. You know, we've got a lot of new systems, new navigational equipment, new chart plotter, new autopilot, and so all of this is being tested. This is, you know, kind of like a testing voyage. We're taking it slow. We're letting the systems tell us if they are not quite right, so that we can fiddle with them and improve them and fix them, so that we can be confident in them later on. You know, rather than just setting off from Oriental and going straight out into the sea with untested systems. So that's a couple of thoughts about why we're not necessarily doing this as though we're in a race, because, you know, we're not in a race. And although some people have probably done this journey a million times and they're sick of it and they try and get through this part as fast as they can, For us, the ICW is a new experience, and we're just savouring it and enjoying the beauty that it has to offer. So there's that as well. Anyway, hope I didn't go on too long. Just some thoughts. Just a final thing. It's January 16th, and for various reasons, you know, I'm reminded today of the passage of time, and that we're only here for a short time, and we only get to do all of this once. An infinity of time passed before you were born, and another infinity will pass after you die, and you're here for just this moment that's like a flash of lightning. So I'm glad we're out here doing this, and I would encourage you all to think about where you would like to be this day. Well, we set off yesterday, which was the 16th, and we intended to anchor in the Herb River. We actually went a little further than the Herb River. We went down to, we came down to just past Savannah, Isle of Hope Marina. The reason for coming to a marina was that they had a loaner car here, and that enabled us to go to the grocery stores and load up on supplies. So we are now, Whitetail is now loaded up with groceries, which is nice. It means that we can move along for a while and not have to worry about that. Today is the 17th. We'll be setting off when the tide allows, probably at about 11, and we'll be going south again along the ICW. Today we're heading for Walberg Creek. We're aiming to anchor in Walberg Creek near St. Catharines. The conditions look good. We do have to pass through a region that is frighteningly called Hell's Gate, so we'll see how that works. But anyway, you can see Whitetail behind me, probably a little lower in the water with all the food we put on board. A couple of Apaches there. We've seen a number of those while we've been in this region of Georgia. We even heard some talking to the Coast Guard on Marine Channel 16. Okay. Well, this is Hell's Pass, Hell's Gate that we're in. It's shallow, it's narrow, but so far it's not as terrifying as some of the other places we've had to pass through on the ICW, so that's okay. Are we doing okay on the chart plotter, Helmsman?
8 feet.
8 feet, okay. Well, we'll keep watching that. So you can see how narrow the dredge channel is. We wouldn't normally choose to get this close to these markers. The seabirds stand watch and observe the foolish sailors trying to pass through Hell's Gate. This vessel you see here is called Ugly Betty, and we shared a dock with her last night in at Isle of Hope Marina, and it's a very interesting looking boat. It looks as though it might be geared up for oceanic voyaging or research, something like that. Anyway, they seem like nice guys. We talked to them on the radio. So we're entering St. Catharines Sound right now, and as we do, we're passing some really gorgeous, desolate beaches. Of course, it's pretty chilly at this time of year, but in summer it would be very tempting to get in the inflatable and go and hang out over there for a while. Well, that's January 16th and 17th in the bag. We've made it here to Walberg Creek. We have a boat full of diesel and gasoline and water and food and everything we're going to need. We're well supplied. We continue to head on down the ICW. We started in North Carolina, then South Carolina, we're now in Georgia. Pretty soon we'll be in Florida, so we're making progress towards our goals.